exactly what you want. Hosting a crew, Rudy's group meals are perfect for parties, office lunches, or tailgates. 3 meats, 3 sides, all the fixings, and yes, even a tablecloth. And don't forget breakfast tacos every morning until 10 a.m. Made to order, or they've got grab and go for the whole team. Visit Rudy's at 4084 MLK Jr. Boulevard in Fayetteville. Rudy's Country Store and Barbecue, smoking good every time.
The tires on your vehicle go round and round, but when they don't, go to Van Alma Tire. They have tires in their name. That's their specialty. Van Alma Tire is all about tires. They have all the name brands and private labels available for you and in stock. So when it comes to getting tires for your ride, it's worth the drive. And financing is available. Ask for details. Whatever your tire need, check out Van Alma Tires on Highway 64 between Van Buren and Alma. Ready to get you rolling on new tires at Van Alma Tire.
Winter's here, and as the temperature drops, energy use can go up. That means so can your bills. At Arkansas Oklahoma Gas, we know managing energy costs isn't always simple, and we're here to help. We offer practical energy-saving tips, convenient payment options, and connections to assistance programs to help you through the season. Whether you're planning ahead or looking for extra support, our team is ready to help you explore your options. Learn more at aogc.com/winter.
Hello, this is Sebastian County Assessor Zach Johnson here to remind you to assess your personal property by May 31st to avoid late penalty. You can do this in person at one of our 3 locations, over the phone, or online by going to www.countyservice.net. I would also like to remind any current homeowners or any individuals buying their homes on contract to contact our office and check on your eligibility for the homestead tax credit. Contact us today to see if you qualify. The homestead tax credit could save you up to $600 off your tax bill.
This ad sponsored by the Sebastian County Assessor and paid for by Amendment 79.
Founded in 1950, Crabtree RV Center has grown into one of the River Valley's largest RV dealerships, proudly serving Northwest Arkansas, specializing in sales, parts, and service. We're truly your one-stop shop for all your RV needs. Conveniently located with easy access to I-40 and I-49, we're 40 minutes from Northwest Arkansas and just as close to our friends in Oklahoma, carrying top brands like Grand Design, Coachman, East to West, and Forest River. Crabtree RV Center, making your family's dreams come true for over 70 years.
Do you need closure on your garage? Call Grit Garage Doors. Whether it's a new door, a squeaky closing sound, a broken spring, or just off track, Grit is who you can trust. Call Grit. There's no door Grit can't close. Local team, local service with honesty and integrity. Call Grit Garage Doors. 479-430-3667. That's 479-430-DOOR. Grit is who you trust.
Wave Rural Connect has some exciting news. Our service is now available in a brand new zone covering parts of Midland and Montreal. If you're along Highway 45, 252 or 253, or on Douglas Road or Slaytonville Road, you can get fast, reliable fiber internet today. Don't miss out. Visit waveruralconnect.com or call 1-833-492-8372. Wave Rural Connect. Internet that works when you need it most.
What a matchup we've got, folks. Just nonstop action. The energy is electric and the fans are all in. An intense game like this calls for a Coca-Cola. Crisp and refreshing. That's a game changer. Yeah, that taste scores every time. And just like that, they're back at it. Passionate fans and an ice-cold Coca-Cola. Now that's a winning combo. No matter the team, no matter the sport, everyone knows fan work is thirsty work. Enjoy a Coca-Cola.
Congratulations, you're officially part of the Crane Cash Winner Circle. Feels good to celebrate those huge savings and all that extra Crane Cash for your trade, doesn't it? With Crane, it's easy to feel like a champion.
That's because we'll beat any competitor's price. That's right. Bring us anyone else's deal and we'll beat it. Now that's winning. That's the Crane Team.
Find your winning deal at craneteam.com.
Your home for every Razorback football, basketball, and baseball game. ESPN 95.3.
Weak. The SEC.
You're listening to Hog Reaction, presented by the Stadium Shop on Razorback in Fayetteville.
I'm ready to go to the Final Four.
All the Hog Reaction is brought to you by Sawyer's Sunrooms and more.
I've been putting my money on them.
Hog Reaction postgame show is fueled by Rudy's Country Store and Barbecue, real Texas barbecue. Call or text the program at 877-377-6963.
It's Fugazi.
This is Hog Reaction.
They're in the, as you heard, they're in the Open. Arkansas is not going to go undefeated in conference play, Zach.
I don't think anybody thought they were going to. Look, they have a fatal flaw. Every team does. There isn't a perfect team out there. Yeah. Every team's got a flaw that if it is exposed on a particular day in a bad matchup like today, you can lose a ball game. And it becomes incumbent upon John Calipari and his staff. Hey, can you overcome your fatal flaw? And this is just my opinion. I think teams that have good front court guys, Boozer killed them. Yeah. Anybody on the Houston roster down low killed them. Tonight they were getting beat down low. I think they struggle with physical bigs, and that's a real thing. And look, John Calipari's team, I felt like this team gelled early. Normally his teams gel in late January, early February, and then all of a sudden kind of pick up steam and go. This team gelled early, and they started ripping off wins. But in the losses, I think you learn more from losses. And I think when you watch them play, Brazil struggles with bigs. Ewan, I think, is coming along, but I don't know exactly
He's still kind of a finesse player.
A little bit, and Pringle's not a guy that you can put down, that can defend on the box consistently. I mean, Boozer killed him down low. And tonight you saw what a big can do without the ball, without scoring points. Cyril was really, really good tonight, and he did the little things that just don't show up in box scores, and that's the kind of stuff that I think is Arkansas's Achilles heel right now. Also, and I know everybody and my radio partner in the afternoon wants to anoint Thomas and Acuff as the greatest freshman backcourt ever. There's still a point where they're going to look like freshmen. And they're going to have days where you go, you know what? They're 18 years old. This is their first go-round. Today was one of those days for Malik Thomas. He just didn't have a good day. He didn't have a good game. He didn't shoot it well. Didn't play very well. And you know what? You take it and you learn from it.
You've got to have, I know Acuff plays like an upperclassman at times, but, I mean, you would like to see someone else, step up. Maybe an older player, when it is kind of going bad on the road, like a Carter Knox, even a Billy Richmond. I know they're not really guys that like to fill it up. We see
those are role players.
We see Knox do it, but Brazil can fill it up. I mean,
sure he can. And Dane Bradshaw said it. It was in the second half, and he was talking about Acuff. And the point he was making was, you want Acuff to be a scorer or a passer, but you don't want him doing both, because he can take over a game passing the basketball and getting guys open looks. Look. Brazil right now is Acuff dependent. Pringle is Acuff dependent. They're all dependent on getting the basketball from him to get their shot. Shot selection today was iffy at best. Yeah. There were some quick shots that went up. Instead of working for good shots, they were taking the first shot. And look, again, they're freshmen. It's gonna happen. You've got to be able to sort of overcome this. And look, we got a long way to go. What do we got? 13 games left in the league. We've got a ways to go. So you take this, you learn from it, you flush it, you move on to Vanderbilt.
You mentioned them not being physical enough, and I agree, but do you think with each game, they just get naturally more physical just playing in the SEC?
No. No, and let's define physical, because physical isn't taking a low post player and throwing him to the ground. Being physical is holding your position, blocking shots. It's getting rebounds. It's going up with two hands, grabbing the rebound, not getting the ball ripped away from you. Getting rebounds that you're not necessarily in position for. That's being physical. Arkansas they struggle with that a little bit, especially Brazil. He's a 3. He's a 7'3". Mm-hmm. And I think that's, we sort of misposition him, if that's a word. We think he's a 5 or a 4. He isn't. He's a 3. He's a wing. And his best, Matt Jones and I, we would talk about this all the time. The best attribute that Trevin Brazil has is lurking around the rim looking for putbacks. Mm-hmm. That's his best offensive game. Yeah, he can shoot a 3. Yeah, he can he can do some low post stuff. But he's most dangerous when you don't get a body on him and he's lurking around looking for that.
Can you imagine if he was like a wide receiver? He can jump. He can.
Think about this. If you took any of the bigs from Georgia today and put them on Arkansas's roster and let Brazil float on the offensive end, think how much different it would be for him, because he wouldn't have to be the low post presence that he isn't. He'll block a shot here and there. He'll grab a rebound here and there. But his games where he has struggled the most are when guys like Cyril are down there banging away with him, with Boozer and all of that stuff. That's when he struggles the most. And I don't want to pin this on him because he is a good player. I just think he's playing out of position right now, and you're asking him to do things that aren't natural for him.
Yeah, kind of like a Kevin Durant. Kind of what it reminds me of. Physical, not very physical, but they really can hurt you when they've got it going. And you were saying something earlier, Zach. You know, this Arkansas team, they did erase a big deficit, but they didn't lead once in this game. That's a little. I mean, even on the road, I mean, normally you're going to lead at some point, but I guess they just kind of got blitzed early. And, you know, Georgia, I don't know if it was just the energy. They were just playing a lot. I don't know. They were just giving it more what's the word I'm looking for? More effort than Arkansas in that first 15 to 10 minutes.
They got blitzed early, and Georgia was hot and playing with a lot of energy, and Arkansas was struggling to keep up. I don't think that happens. It happens every now and then. But Georgia led for 38-47. The game was tied for 2-13. That's something that you got to look at and figure out how to get. How do you start faster? They started slow at Auburn. They started slow tonight. How do you fix that? You know, how can you bottle up what you do at home and get off to these fast starts and take it on the road with you? And honestly, it's probably just experience. Mm-hmm. The guy that is ball dominant for you is a freshman. Man, he gets excited. It was loud in there. You had a good crowd. They're good. You're good. You shouldn't have a great night.
Yeah.
And that's one of those things that comes with experience. And unfortunately for, Arkansas fans, we're only going to have Acuff for another 20 games, maybe something like that. I mean, 15 games, 20 games, whatever it winds up being. But, he's going to learn all of this at the next level. And, he is a super talent. He is a superb talent, and he gets other players involved. It's just tonight the other guys didn't step up. There was only one other player in double figures for Arkansas, if I'm remembering this correctly. I'll check that. It was Billy Richmond and Ewan. Both had a dozen. But then, you're looking at Brazil with 8, Wagner with 4, Pringle with 3. I mean, you're not getting a ton of support after that. And I'll go back to the turnovers. You turn over the ball on the road. You don't shoot it from outside. Well, you become a jump shooting team, you're in trouble, especially in this league on the road.
Yeah, and I look at a guy like DJ Wagner. He's kind of taken a backseat this year. He was never really known as a guy that was going to light it up, but you'd like to see more than like 4 points from him. Nick Pringle, I guess, gave you some good minutes, but I don't know. I just, a guy like, I think about like the NCAA tournament when it comes to that point. Do you have a guy that can kind of meet that physicality like a Cyril has? There's, not a lot of players are built like that. Boozer's more of a finesse guy, but he will bang down low some. It's just, I think in order for Arkansas to win, both of the freshmen both of them have to have a good game.
Man, relying on hard to do. So dangerous because they hit the wall. I don't care who it is. I don't care what freshman we're talking about. They hit the wall at some point. Whether it's in mid-January, whether it's in February, sometimes it's in March that they hit the wall. And if you're relying on freshmen to do this for you, it's a dangerous game you're playing. They're super talented, but at some point they're going to look like freshmen. Malik Thomas looked like a freshman today. He did not look, people say he looked scared. He didn't look scared. He looked like he didn't have his full confidence.
4 of 17.
He just looked, 4 out of 17 on the ground, from the floor. He didn't look, he didn't have his game today. And Calipari's talked about this before. At some point you have to have the awareness to go, I got to stop shooting because I'm only killing my ball club. It's easy shots or I'm giving the ball up. And, going 4 for 17 from the floor is going to kill you at some point. Today it did.
All right. And in the next segment, we'll actually hear from Cal and kind of get his thoughts after the game. And then we'll talk more about this Arkansas-Georgia matchup. Probably.
I have thoughts, Christian. I have thoughts.
You do?
Of course I do.
We'll get to those in the next.
Yeah, we'll get to them.
Okay. We'll get to everything. Anything, call in 877-377-6963. We want to hear your thoughts as well. It's Hog Reaction with Christian Johnston and Zach Arns. We're brought to you by the Stadium Shop on Razorback, Sawyer's Sunrooms, and Rudy's Barbecue. Stay with us.
You're listening to Hog Reaction, presented by the Stadium Shop on Razorback in Fayetteville, Sawyer's Sunrooms and more, and by Rudy's Country Store and Barbecue.
Have you heard about the Down Payment Assistance Program? It's a limited time offer at Harry Robinson's Salisal Ford. That little bit of extra help you need to get into your next car is available now at Harry Robinson. Troy, how does this program work?
Hey, Tommy, you come in, you take a look at a vehicle out here that you like. You know, it's one that we've had just a little bit too long. We can help you out with your down payment. That's the whole reason that we started this program, and it only is going on until the end of this month. So come down here and see us and take advantage of this. This is money that you can add to a deal that helps you get to a better payment, get you a better interest rate, get you in a better financial spot with the bank. It can eat up some of that negative equity. So come and see us at Harry Robinson Salisal Ford. Let's get you set up for the down payment assistance program. And the great news, everyone qualifies, but it's only going on until the end of this month.
So if you have challenged credit, that's no problem at Harry Robinson Salisal Ford. It's a limited time offer. The down payment assistance program. Harry Robinson Salisal Ford, 1 mile south of exit 308 off I-40 in Salisal.
Hello, this is Sebastian County Assessor Zach Johnson here to remind you to assess your personal property by May 31st to avoid late penalty. You can do this in person at one of our 3 locations, over the phone, or online by going to www.countyservice.net. I would also like to remind any current homeowners or any individuals buying their homes on contract to contact our office and check on your eligibility for the homestead tax credit. Contact us today to see if you qualify. The homestead tax credit could save you up to $600 off your tax bill.
This ad sponsored by the Sebastian County Assessor and paid for by Amendment 79.
Do you need closure on your garage? Call Grit Garage Doors. Whether it's a new door, a squeaky closing sound, a broken spring, or just off track, Grit is who you can trust. Call Grit. There's no door Grit can't close. Local team, local service with honesty and integrity. Call Grit Garage Doors. 479-430-3667. That's 479-430-DOOR. Grit is who you can trust.
Founded in 1950, Crabtree RV Center has grown into one of the River Valley's largest RV dealerships, proudly serving Northwest Arkansas, specializing in sales, parts, and service. We're truly your one-stop shop for all your RV needs. Conveniently located with easy access to I-40 and I-49, we're 40 minutes from Northwest Arkansas and just as close to our friends in Oklahoma, carrying top brands like Grand Design, Coachman, East to West, and Forest River. Crabtree RV Center, making your family's dreams come true for over 70 years.
Looking for a fence that stands out and stands strong? Call the Fence Man, 479-782-3936. Serving the Fort Smith area for over 40 years, the Fence Man builds custom, one-of-a-kind fences, residential, commercial, and high security. Need automatic gates? The Fence Man does it. Need financing? You got it. 18-month financing is available. Get your free quote today at thefencemanar.com. Or call 479-782-3936. The Fence Man. He ain't afraid of no work.
We all plan to be on time, but fender benders, damaged windshield, and slick road quickly disrupt those plans. At Shelter Insurance, our agents help design personal protection plans that work for you and help keep you on track. Shelter Insurance. We're your shield. We're your shelter.
Call Ted McAvoy in Van Buren or Chris Dooley in Fort Smith.
Winter has arrived, bringing frothy mornings, holiday travels, and unpredictable roads. That's why it's the perfect time to visit Southern Tire Mart. From top quality tires to expert service at competitive prices, we've got you covered. Visit our Fort Smith location at 9700 Highway 271 and let us prepare your vehicle for everything winter has in store. Southern Tire Mart is a proud dealer of Yokohama tires. We keep America rolling.
Hogs are weak. I mean, weak. The SEC.
You're listening to Hog Reaction, presented by the Stadium Shop on Razorback in Fayetteville.
I'm ready to go to the Final Four.
All the Hog Reaction is brought to you by Sawyer Sunrooms and more.
I've been riding with them. I've been putting my money on them.
Hog Reaction postgame show is fueled by Rudy's Country Store and Barbecue, real Texas barbecue. Call or text the program at 877-377-6963.
It's Fugazi. Fugazi.
This is Hog Reaction.
Coach, guys fought back, tied the score, 68 all, 70 all. But Georgia they played an outstanding game today.
You have 2 breakdowns late, and that's what happens. We were playing pick and roll a certain way when those guards came off. And we're down 2, and we back away from the guy and give him a 3. Now it's 5. Couple minutes to go. And then all of a sudden, again, miss a couple layups, fumble a couple balls, and that's 10. And for us, you can't get down whatever it was, 16, 18 on the road, and expect to win. They play better at home. But I'll tell you, it shows who we are. And I told them, one good thing is we fought. We fought.
Yeah, a lot of teams will fold right there. And coach, early on in the first half, we're getting hammered on the boards. We ended up out rebounding this team by almost 10 rebounds. Those guys, we started hitting the glass like this team's capable, right?
I thought Carter Knox did a great job, and I'm trying to get him locked in to just do that. The other stuff will happen on its own. But you do that rebounding and you jump that 41 inches, now all of a sudden you're a different player. But again, we start the game against the press, talk to them about what we're doing, and we don't do it. They were switching, which means, as you know, you got to screen your own man. Yeah. Not his man, because they're switching. We start the game, doop, steal. Like, dudes, you can't. Come on now. We went. Anyway, I told them, we'll get back. We'll watch tape in the afternoon on this game, and then we'll move on and get ready tomorrow evening for Vandy. Vandy's really good.
There you have it, Coach Cal's thoughts on the game. Coach Cal pretty much has a good perspective of, what he looks for even in a loss. I mean, he knows what his team showed tonight is something that will come in handy, maybe even in March, even in a tournament game. Just the ability to fight back, play defense when you need to. Not the greatest shooting performance tonight by any means for the Razorbacks, but Zach, I mean, even in losses, you can take some good things away from a game, and really all you can do at this point is flush it and get your attention on Vanderbilt.
Well, I think he just addressed the youth issue. It's like, hey guys, we worked on this. Then you get out there and things start happening at a super fast rate, and you just kind of lose your head for a little bit. That speaks to the youth of the team. But we go through, with every game, it's a roller coaster ride. You start looking at schedules and who's next and all this kind of stuff. Go way back to November when KenPom put out their first kind of predictions. They had Arkansas going 8-10, and everybody, oh my God, this team's so much more talented than that. They may be, but I think I think everybody, quite honestly, because I think there's parity across the league. I don't think there's a dominant team in this league. So winning games on the road is like stealing. Those are bonus wins. Yeah. You got to protect your home court, but I think you got to almost treat it like the NFL, where if you can go 4-4 on the road, that's pretty good. I think they're in that boat. Now you're 0-2, and that's you're kind of behind the 8 ball a little bit. But they were saying 8-10, 9-9, 10-9, or 10-8, something like that. That feels right. Now you got the win early against Tennessee. And Tennessee is not exactly what we thought they were. They're not nearly as good as we thought they were going to be. So you steal that one early. Everybody starts dreaming a little bit. The reality is this team's going to go through a couple more iterations before February 14th, before Valentine's Day. This team's going to change and morph and there'll be a different team on Valentine's Day than they were today. So we just got to kind of ride along with them. They're talented. They've certainly got an opportunity here. But nobody outside of the 4 walls of this state was jumping up and down going, this is a Final Four team. Yeah. Nobody. Everybody was saying, slow down, wait, the analytics aren't quite there yet. And that's important to note that, okay, we're sometimes we get so tunnel visioned on what we're seeing that, you lose today, hey, we're never going to win. You win by 20 on Tuesday night, we'll never lose again. So everybody just, pump the brakes a little bit. They've got some things to work on. They have some flaws. Mm-hmm. But that's why you have John Calipari.
Well, I agree with you on the conference. There may be several teams teetering around that 8-10, 9-9.
I think so.
And it kind of brings me to the point, like, there was one year where the SEC was really good, I think, and 8-10 was plenty good enough. But the good thing I will say about this Arkansas team is they did get some pretty marquee wins in the non-conference. Mm-hmm, so that is always something they're going to be able to fall back. This team is going to make the tournament unless something, knock on wood, terrible happens. But I mean, just having those wins on your resume will help this team in March. Arkansas, there may not be that many SEC teams make the tournament like we think.
I think the argument is what you just said. We had a bunch of non-con wins, and we cannibalized ourselves. Hackers text in. He says that Kane has the most punchable face in the SEC.
I know it. I can't stand him for
you know
some
what?
reason.
He lit you up tonight. And, I think he'd look at you and go, hey, cool, whatever. He had a really good game tonight. Arkansas didn't have an answer for him. And, he puts up 18 points. Everything he's throwing up is going in. I think he was 6 for 8 from the floor.
And he's just a good, he does a lot of things well.
I hate the word glue guy, but he's probably the glue guy offensively for them. Again, I think this was just a bad matchup, and I think Arkansas is flawed. I know people don't want to hear that when we get to 7 straight weeks of Acuff being freshman of the week. They're flawed, and now it's up to John Calipari and his staff to kind of hide those flaws, mask those flaws, or at least keep teams from exploiting those flaws. Georgia did a nice job today. Get the ball down low, bang the boards, get after the offensive glass, get high percentage shots. Shot selection to me is more important than virtually anything else. If you're taking bad shots that are outside your range, outside your rhythm, you're going to miss more than you make.
Yeah.
Get shots that are in your rhythm and in your zone, and you're going to win games. And Arkansas didn't do that tonight. Turn the ball over, man. I hate turnovers. Turnovers to me are like unforced errors in tennis. Turnovers drive me nuts because they're preventable. And, sometimes you're going to get your pocket picked, that kind of stuff. But most turnovers happen because the person with the ball was careless.
It feels like it's contagious sometimes with this team.
It does.
Like if one player turns it over, then 2 more will turn it over after that.
And it becomes a disease almost. Yeah. And one thing I've noticed about Arkansas is Arkansas plays at a hyper fast speed. Mm-hmm. But when they run into a team like Georgia that also wants to play hyper fast, they really struggle. They try to go faster. Instead of playing at their speed, they try and play faster and play faster and play faster. And that's when you get some of these wild shots that they'll throw up, or being very careless with the basketball.
Yeah, and I'm looking at their schedule, Arkansas schedule, and the road games are pretty tough. I mean, you might get a few road wins this year, but just looking at,
got to be around 500. Game below is fine. Just got to be around 500, and then protect home court.
Yeah. And even looking at the schedule, I'm like, man, none of these teams really are peaking right now. But
you don't want to be. I mean, look, you want them peaking now. You want to peak in late February. Mm-hmm. Let Georgia play their best basketball in early January and let them fizzle out as the year goes on. I don't think it's going to happen because I think Mike White's a good coach. But, what Arkansas did to them in the second half that sparked that 22-5 run was they made Georgia a jump shooting team. They did not allow them to get to the glass. And that was huge. That was the key to the whole thing. Their guards are not great, but you made them shoot jump shots. And if Arkansas does that, they're going to win more games than they lose. And it was impressive to watch until they ran out of gas. They expended so much energy getting back in the game that they just kind of ran out of gas at the end.
And the team that Arkansas blitzed at Bud Walton is actually in a tight ball game with Auburn at on the road at Auburn with about 8 minutes to go. And Zach, I know you're watching Texas A&M and Texas.
God, I just
when I see Texas basketball to me is still doesn't really have an identity. I mean, they're just kind of at home they're obviously pretty good, but Texas is at home, but they're trailing by 8 right now. You got Ole Miss and Mississippi State later on tonight.
You know what Texas is, and the football, basketball, every sport, because they never win anything. Texas is that party girl in high school who's now 52 years old and still going to the bars. That's what Texas is.
Yeah, and they still got Tremont Mark.
He's still there, and they're still not good. They're down 8 to Texas A&M, who's terrible.
Yeah,
Texas has always confounded me. They will thump their chest to tell you how great they are, and they never win a thing.
LSU did get their first win today in the league.
There's another one. I don't understand how LSU can be bad at anything. You have all the
either.
resources in the world, and you're terrible. Women's basketball is good. Men's basketball is just meh. They're just meh.
And probably the best win in the conference so far. Going on the road and beating Tennessee, Kentucky was able to pull out a win. It got kind of chippy there at the end.
2 in a row, man. They're riding a streak right now that is going to – that bubble will pop at some point.
Pope was coaching for his job in this last 3 or 4 games.
They're not very good. They're not very good right now, and things can change. They can get it all together, and everything can start clicking. But right now, they're not very good. I think the best basketball, honestly, I watched a little bit of Arizona today. I don't want anything to do with them. You want to get as far away from
Arizona,
them,
Michigan, those type of teams.
Arizona. Again, I was sitting here watching the game. person watching the game looks at Arizona's front line and goes, my God, they're huge. It's like, yeah. I mean, that is a team that is just, they are built for January, February, March, and April.
I'm not sold on Purdue yet.
No, never. Purdue's never produced. I mean, they had Edey and they couldn't get it done. Jaden Ivey couldn't get it done. Forget it. You don't have to worry about Purdue.
And I do think Michigan State's good, but I think Duke's probably a little better than them.
Izzo makes them good.
Yeah, he's a good coach.
Izzo makes them really, really good. These, again, but you talk about Duke, and we go back to the Arkansas thing, freshmen. They rely on freshmen. And freshmen notoriously, even Cooper Flagg, struggled at the end of the tournament last year when they got bumped out.
Yeah.
They hit a wall at some point, and people figure them out. Every game you play is another data point. You put it on film, guys figure you out. Their coaches in America are smart.
Zach, this game will probably be over by the next when we get to the next segment, so we'll be able to break it down. But Bo Nix, let him for a go-ahead drive. So
he did.
Buffalo has it with about 55 seconds left, still time. Josh Allen, man, this is it for you.
Yeah, this is probably Buffalo's last hurrah. If they don't get this done, you're going to have to blow this thing up and start over again.
All right, we'll take another break. Stay with us. Call, give your thoughts. 877-377-6963. Arkansas with the loss tonight on the road at Georgia, 90-76. We'll have more for you right after this.
Sawyer Sunrooms and more. And by Rudy's Country Store and Barbecue.
Hey, Hog fans, this is Matt.
This is Raleigh.
This is Elizabeth.
This is Robert. You know, a famous coach once said there's a lot of lions, tigers, and bears, but there's only one Razorback.
And there's only one Razorback store that's owned by a family of University of Arkansas alums.
And that's us, the Stadium Shop on Razorback.
The largest Razorback store south of the North Pole. Y'all know why seagulls fly over the sea and not the bay?
Why?
Because if they flew over the bay, they'd be called bagels.
Dad, just please stop.
Anyway, the Stadium Shop on Razorback has everything you could want. Tees, hoodies, puffer vests, polos from Nike, Cutter and Buck, Tommy Bahama, Champion, and many more.
Plus, we have stuff for your fan cave and those Razorback golfers out there.
So next time you're in Fayetteville, stop by the store at 989 South Razorback Road next to Baum Walker Stadium.
Or call us at 479-STADIUM. That's 479-782-3486.
Or you can shop us on that Googleator, Facegram, Instagram,
Dad, just stop
InstaWeb.
before you hurt yourself. He's talking about our website, which is shoponrazorback.com. That's shoponrazorback.com. Folks, it does not get more Razorback than us.
Go Hogs!
The tires on your vehicle go round and round, but when they don't, go to Van Alma Tire. They have tires in their name. That's their specialty. Van Alma Tire is all about tires. They have all the name brands and private labels available for you and in stock. So when it comes to getting tires for your ride, it's worth the drive. And financing is available. Ask for details. Whatever your tire need, check out Van Alma Tires on Highway 64 between Van Buren and Alma. Ready to get you rolling on new tires at Van Alma Tire.
Hello, this is Sebastian County Assessor Zach Johnson here to remind you to assess your personal property by May 31st to avoid late penalty. You can do this in person at one of our 3 locations, over the phone, or online by going to www.countyservice.net. I would also like to remind any current homeowners or any individuals buying their homes on contract to contact our office and check on your eligibility for the homestead tax credit. Contact us today to see if you qualify. The homestead tax credit could save you up to $600 off your tax bill.
This ad sponsored by the Sebastian County Assessor and paid for by Amendment 79.
The new and improved Golf Nut Performance Center will be ready in early 2026. It will be fully equipped with the latest cutting-edge technology to help you play your best golf. Visit the Golf Nut for a great selection of Christmas gifts for your favorite golfer, like rangefinders, clubs, golf balls, apparel, or a gift certificate to the new indoor hitting bay or shop. The Golf Nut, 5121 Towson Avenue in Fort Smith.
Want pavement protection that goes the distance? Seal-Tite of Oklahoma now offers Rhino-Tite Premium Asphalt Emulsified Sealant, the next level in driveway and parking lot care. Healthier for the environment, Rhino-Tite delivers superior defense against weather, UV rays, and wear and tear. With its high solids content, you'll get a smoother, stronger, longer-lasting driving surface. Whether you're a do-it-yourselfer or a contractor buying in bulk, Seal-Tite has the products and support you need. Visit SealTiteOklahoma.com today and protect your pavement with Rhino-Tite.
Do you need closure? On your garage, call Grit Garage Doors. Whether it's a new door, a squeaky closing sound, a broken spring, or just off track, Grit is who you can trust. Call Grit. There's no door Grit can't close. Local team, local service with honesty and integrity. Call Grit Garage Doors. 479-430-3667. That's 479-430-DOOR. Grit is who you can trust.
The track capital of the world is right here in Fayetteville, Arkansas, as the historic Razorback track and field program chases their 52nd national title this winter. Cheer on the nationally ranked Hogs as they open up the indoor season in January before hosting the 2026 NCAA National Championships in March. Season tickets and NCAA Championship tickets are both on sale now, starting at just $20. Join the chase for the next title today at ArkansasRazorbacks.com.
Top CDL Academy is a licensed Federal Motor Carrier Safety Administration that provides the federal required training to obtain both Class A and Class B CDL licenses. Our program provides assistance with employment after graduation. We have finance and grant options available. Students straight out of class have started new careers earning $70,000 to $140,000 per year, and training is provided for all 50 states. Call today, 479-632-1050. COP CDL Academy.
Crane Team is your home for all your automotive needs in the River Valley. With 2 big Crane, Kia, and Hyundai locations in Fort Smith, the Crane Team has the perfect vehicle for you. From pickup and delivery to service after the sale, plus our famous huge Crane Cash discounts. The Crane Team simply can't be beat. Shop Arkansas's largest selection of Kia Tellurides, Hyundai Palisades, Sorrentos, Tucsons, and more. Visit us today or shop online at craneteam.com.
Weak. I mean, weak. The SEC.
You're listening to Hog Reaction, presented by the Stadium Shop on Razorback in Fayetteville.
I'm ready to go to the Final Four.
All the Hog Reaction is brought to you by Sawyer Sunrooms and more.
I've been putting my money on them.
Hog Reaction postgame show is fueled by Rudy's Country Store and Barbecue, real Texas barbecue. Call or text the program at 877-377-6963.
It's Fugazi. Fugazi.
This is Hog Reaction.
I am hoping Arkansas is not Fugazi. They're going to get it. They're going to get it going. I believe that, conference play, you kind of learn a lot about your team, and I think Cal's good about getting his guys ready and motivated. I think they came out they played a little better tonight than they played at Auburn, but overall it's just the slow starts, Zach, and we talked about that earlier, and we'll get more into it as we go along here, but we've got NFL playoffs going on right now as well, and it looks like Buffalo's going to kick a field goal to send it into overtime. I know.
Try to.
I know Denver Bill's a big Denver fan, so this.
Oh yeah.
This is going to be
dying right now, isn't he?
Yeah, I mean, the Broncos. I got to tell you, I did not expect them to be in this position, the 1 seed out of the AFC. In the beginning of the year, I don't think did anybody predict that?
Well, I mean, Kansas City had taken we didn't know it yet, but Kansas City was going to take a step backwards, and everybody thought Buffalo was going to be the team that ascended, and then New England pops up, and some of it is luck, some of it's injuries, some of it is a softer schedule than you anticipated, some of it is some people taking advantage of the position they're in, and Denver, I mean. Look, you're in a division that may be the toughest division in the league, with Kansas City and Los Angeles being in there, plus Denver, and then there's the Raiders. But yeah, it's this time of year is always great. This may be the best weekend of sports on the calendar. You get the divisional round, then you get the championship game on Monday night. Throw in an Arkansas basketball game here and there, and it's a pretty good weekend of sports. But I'm curious to see what happens tonight with Seattle and San Francisco.
That's a hard place to go win.
Oh yeah. Look, winning in the playoffs is difficult enough, but when you have to go into places that like Seattle or like Denver, it makes it really, really difficult.
Yeah, and another team that we've talked about, the Bills. This is kind of their window, and they did just tie it up, by the way, with 5 seconds left. But San Francisco, it's another team that. They've had their opportunities in the Super Bowl, couldn't get it done. They're dealing with some injuries as well. But, I mean, this might be – I mean, we say that, but you never really know. But
This is the end of this iteration of the Bills. The Bills are going to have you've kind of taken this as far as you can. You've let some really high priced guys go. You've maintained Josh Allen, but how many of these guys have been around for the entire run? Not many. I mean, maybe a third of the roster has been here for this whole run. But this is the way the league works. The league wants parity. They don't want dynasties. They want parity. They want everybody to have a chance.
Yeah.
And it'd be fun if college football took that approach, but. This is
it's evening out. It's evening out, I think.
Yeah, well, while we're on that subject, I'm curious to see what happens because eventually talent is going to catch up. Mm-hmm. Miami's roster is significantly more talented.
Yes, they are.
Than Indiana's. Can Indiana block Miami? Can Indiana block Miami? And can Miami block Indiana? Can Indiana hold up? At some point, it becomes a thing. Now, it hasn't become a thing yet. They haven't run into a team that, look, they beat Ohio State, give them all the credit in the world. They whooped Alabama, who didn't deserve to be there. But you took care of business on that. This Miami thing is
They beat Oregon pretty bad.
Yeah, they beat Oregon again. This Miami thing's different. They're good in the trenches, really good in the trenches, and they're better in the trenches, to be quite honest. So I'll be curious to see what happens there. But you mentioned the Calipari thing. Just don't get down by 18. In the first half. I mean, don't get down 15. Don't get down 11. If slow starts are one thing, but it's slow starts with bad defense. That's what cost them tonight. Was they got caught in a hole and they couldn't get out of it. And that's a story of the game. And there are contributing factors to it, but. When you dig yourself a hole like that, it takes a lot out of you to make that sort of comeback. And they tied it up twice in the second half, just couldn't get the lead.
And you mentioned Vanderbilt. I agree with you. I think they're a fraud too. I watched some of their games early in the season, and they looked really bad against some teams. But they were winning those games, so you got to give them credit there.
Winning's the most important part, but over time, you can't do it with smoke and mirrors for 4 months. You can't do it. Over 18 games in the SEC, you can't smoke and mirror your way. If you win the league, you're good. If you win 10 games in the league, you're good. You're not going to fake your way to 10 wins. Over time, you'll get exposed.
Yeah, and Arkansas needs to be up for every home game. They don't need to they don't need to be the team that gets hit in the mouth at home. They need to, come out and the bud needs to be rocking for that game as well. Because any of these teams can beat you. You just gotta play hard, play good basketball. Turn the other team over. Don't give it to them.
I do think the divide between that top half of the league and the bottom half of the league is widening. Like South Carolina is one of the worst basketball teams I've ever seen. I mean, they're terrible.
But they're aren't they in a close game right now on the road?
Yeah, they're playing Auburn, but that's how this league goes.
Ugh.
Like Cal was surprised the other night when Auburn lost, and you're just like, what? This league is nuts. I mean, A&M is just handing it. Or last time I checked, they were handing it to Texas. And I know people hate to hear this, but the best basketball in the country is played outside the SEC.
I think you're right, man. And
I mean, there are teams like anybody want a piece of BYU? I don't think so. Nobody wants to go play those guys. Those guys are good and they're disciplined, and we'll see. I mean, styles make fights. It's the theme of the night. When you get to the postseason, Arkansas is going to present problems for teams that they face. They're also going to run into a team or two, probably in the tournament, that gives them issues, and it's who can overcome those issues. And that's how you're going to find your national champions team that can overcome those sort of things.
And I don't think we're going to see Florida repeat. As good as they are, I think they might be still the best.
Boogie forgot his jersey today.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Boogie. He had to wear the jersey of
noticed,
player number 14 or whatever the last guy on the bench was. Boogie had to borrow his jersey.
He's kind of like Brazil. Like he'll give you 20 points one game, and then he'll give you 5 the next game.
He'll look like $5 million one night, and then the next night he looks like $5.
I do like his haircut. That I think he got rid of the dreadlocks, and he played really good that next game. But, Florida was able to get the win on the road at Vanderbilt. Vanderbilt's an interesting place to go play, too.
It's going to the Opera House.
Yeah, it's like you're almost like on a stage. It's not even a...
Yeah, it's like going to the Walton Arts Center.
Yeah. And, hey, if you want to give your thoughts, if you've watched any of the games today, basketball, the NFL playoffs, if you want to talk about the national championship that's coming up on Monday, that'll be a big game. I know, Zach, y'all will be out at Blue Ember, won't you?
We will be. Yeah, Derek and I'll be out there getting ready for that. We'll probably partake in some barbecue and some cherry pie and strawberry cake. Yeah, it'll be a good day.
Yeah, and we'll see if Indiana can pull off the magical season, because if they're able to win that game, Zach, I can't. It would be one of the most unexpected national championships in my lifetime. I mean, as good as Kurt Cignetti, as good of a coach as he is, it's still Indiana.
It is, but they'll be the first team to ever go 16-0.
Yeah, so a lot of
that. There's something to be said for that.
Yeah. All right, we'll take another break here, and we will be back here on Hog Reaction, presented by the Stadium Shop on Razorback, Rudy's Barbecue, and Sawyer Sunroom. Stay with us on Hog Reaction.
You're listening to Hog Reaction, presented by the Stadium Shop on Razorback in Fayetteville, Sawyer Sunrooms and more, and by Rudy's Country Store and Barbecue.
Game day, work day, or any day, Rudy's Country Store and Barbecue has you covered with 100% oak smoked meats served by weight, so you get exactly what you want. Hosting a crew, Rudy's group meals are perfect for parties, office lunches, or tailgates. 3 meats, 3 sides, all the fixings, and yes, even a tablecloth. And don't forget breakfast tacos every morning until 10 a.m. Made to order, or they've got grab and go for the whole team. Visit Rudy's at 4084 MLK Jr. Boulevard in Fayetteville. Rudy's Country Store and Barbecue, smoking good every time.
Hey Razorback fans, Matt Jones here. We're all experiencing higher prices on just about everything, and that includes sunrooms, patio covers, and windows. If you've gotten an estimate on any of these projects and you were shocked by the price, then you need to call Sawyer's. They've been making quality, affordable products for 35 years. They're local, they have 100% financing, and a beautiful showroom with all their products displayed. So give my buddy Buzz a call or check them out, sawyers-sunrooms.com.
Have you had trouble getting into a vehicle because you just don't have enough for your down payment? Get to Harry Robinson's Salazar Ford. The down payment assistance program ends at the end of the month, but it's your chance to get into your next vehicle with that little bit of extra help you need.
Yes, definitely. The down payment assistance program, we're the only dealer out there doing this, Tommy. I mean, right now really is the time to buy if you're thinking about it. If you've been told no at another dealership, come down here and see us at Harry Robinson Salazar Ford. And, we were talking just a second ago, the best thing, everybody qualifies for this program.
So what if my credit's a little bit sketchy, a little challenged?
Yeah, come down here and see us. This down payment assistance program might be able to really get you in the car that you want, not the one that the other dealer tried to force you into.
So if you've been a few thousand short of getting into that next car, or maybe the payment's $40 or $50 a month too high, come to Harry Robinson Salazar Ford and ask about the down payment assistance program. Everyone qualifies till the end of the month. Harry Robinson Salazar Ford, 1 mile south of exit 308 off I-40 in Salazar.
At Arkansas Oklahoma Gas, we understand that cold weather months are about staying warm, keeping life running smoothly, and focusing on what truly matters. We also know that higher heating bills during this season can create stress, and we're here to help ease that burden. From a variety of payment options designed to fit your needs to assistance programs that provide extra support, our team is dedicated to helping you stay comfortable and worry-free all season long. Our customer care team is just a call away, or you can explore helpful resources online at aogc.com/winter. We're here for you this winter.
Hey, Ty Richardson for JamMart. JamMart is always trying to save you money, and that's why they partner with Valero. Hook up your checking account to the Valero Pay Plus app, and you'll get 10 cents off a gallon, plus other special deals on holidays and more. JamMart and Valero, passing on the savings to you. Now available at the 3 Fort Smith Valero JamMart locations. JamMart, the leading gas station and convenience store in the region.
Fill her up, please. You know what's underrated? Having choices. Like, imagine not being able to choose your deluxe cravings box at Taco Bell. Imagine you couldn't get a box of classics for $5, more faves for $7, or a lavish feast for $9. Now with cheesy dipping burritos and creamy garlic sauce. Good thing all those choices are, actually real. So instead, imagine which you're gonna get. Choose your deluxe cravings box at Taco Bell today. At participating Taco Bell stores for a limited time only while supplies last. Price and participation varies. Drinks excludes freezes. Tax extra.
Winter has arrived, bringing frosty mornings, holiday travels, and unpredictable roads. That's why it's the perfect time to visit Southern Tire Mart. From top quality tires to expert service at competitive prices, we've got you covered. Visit our Fort Smith location at 9700 Highway 271 and let us prepare your vehicle for everything winter has in store. Southern Tire Mart is a proud dealer of Yokohama tires. We keep America rolling.
Stay warm and dry this winter with Burn and Carhartt winter workwear. Muck, dry shod, and extra tough rubber footwear to keep those toes dry. Winter clearance racks are full of casual and hunting clothing at 50% off. A select group of Western boots now 50% off. Crappie season is coming and fishing gear is arriving daily. Gelco Outdoors. Work, hunt, fish. That's what we do. Gelco Outdoors. 4600 South Zero in Fort Smith.
Here's to you and yours from the friendly folks at In Good Spirits, your upscale liquor store in Fort Smith. At In Good Spirits, they've got what your taste buds are craving, including flavorful wines from around the world, scrumptious brandies and liqueurs, tempting whiskeys and beers, and fine cigars. Treat yourself to the best as you listen to the game. Check out In Good Spirits, 12100 Highway 71 South, across from Riley Farms in Fort Smith.
Your home for every Razorback football, basketball, and baseball game. ESPN 95.3.
Just weak. I mean, weak. The SEC.
You're listening to Hog Reaction, presented by the Stadium Shop on Razorback in Fayetteville.
I'm ready to go to the Final Four.
All the Hog Reaction is brought to you by Sawyer Sunrooms and more.
I've been putting my money on them.
Hog Reaction postgame show is fueled by Rudy's Country Store and Barbecue, real Texas barbecue. Call or text the program at 877-377-6963.
It's Fugazi. Fugazi.
This is Hog Reaction.
Zach, Ty wasn't at the game tonight, so we can't,
blame Ty.
Can't blame Ty.
No, he didn't go behind it. He doesn't do that much for basketball. Rupp, maybe.
Yeah.
You know what I learned today? You'll love this. I'm always searching. We do the little segment at the end of our show. What did we learn? You know what I learned today? The 3 winningest programs in college basketball history all play in games in arenas named after Kansas Jayhawks.
Wow.
Think about that.
Say it one more time.
Okay. The 3 winningest programs in college basketball history all play their games in arenas named after Kansas Jayhawks.
That's pretty.
It's Fog Allen, Rupp Arena, and the Dean Smith Center.
Oh, Rupp Arena is named after a Jayhawk?
Adolph Rupp, yeah. How about that?
Oh.
That's what I learned today.
Why did I think Rupp was like a Kentucky person?
Well, he was the Kentucky coach.
Yeah.
But he was a Jayhawk, and that was I read that and I was what?
Well,
like okay, and then you went and did. I looked it up. Mitchell in Fort Smith has just text in. Turned it on to hear me. Congrats on back-to-back Hog Reactions. Yeah, I got I got double duty this week, so yeah, pretty pleased. Pretty pleased with that. But I've got more, what did we learn stuff. And,
yeah.
Apparently I don't know how you quantify this, but if you lined up every person in the world around the Grand Canyon, the rim of the Grand Canyon, everybody peed into the Grand Canyon, we would only fill up 1/4 of it.
Wow.
Yeah, there you go.
That's the hard-hitting stuff right there.
So there you go. That's what I spent my day doing while I was watching the game.
But a 1/4 would probably equal like a lot, right?
Yeah, it's a bunch. It certainly, but it doesn't. Then you'd think. You fill up the Grand Canyon with every person in the world. What do we got? 300 billion people, but apparently not.
Interesting stuff.
There's that. Yeah, you're welcome. I figured I'd lighten the mood a little bit. Coming off a tough loss.
Yeah.
I figure here have some information.
It's a lot nicer when you win, but you got to look at the bigger picture. We've seen Arkansas, especially in basketball, they at times look like they're not, they're not even close to a Sweet 16 team or Elite 8 team, but they start to figure things out. And last year for me really went a long way as far as my confidence in Coach Cal.
Mm-hmm. He's a Hall of Famer.
He's a great coach.
What do you want? How do you have to have?
I didn't have any doubts.
890 wins or something like that.
So
again, the way he builds his programs, it's not year over year like Izzo does, where you've got guys coming back and you can expect progression. It's a new team every year, and this team gelled way too early for me. I like them struggling in November, struggling in December, and then all of a sudden they hit the gas in mid-January, and you're like, okay, here we go. But this team came together a lot faster.
Yeah, him and Rick Barnes both lost today, so I think they're still tied for the most wins of an active coach right now.
Yeah, Mitchell pointed out they were 0-5 at this point last year. We're fine.
Yeah,
everything,
and
everything's fine.
Ironically, Georgia was the first team they beat, and I was there, and that's kind of where my hatred for Blue Cane kind of started, because they got out to a pretty good lead in that game, and Arkansas came back and won. But yeah, that was the turning point of the season. Now I think early on at this point in the season, you got 3 wins under your belt. You're not really pressing for that win like you were last year. You've got a couple home games, 2 home games coming
two
up.
home games back to back.
Very
this
winnable.
Week, so yeah, absolutely. You sweep this week, protect your home court. You got to get one on the road here and there. You do that sort of stuff. Again, the magic number's 9. You just you're a third of the way there. You got to find 6 more wins on your schedule.
Yeah, and I do want to see. I think in order for this team to make a run, Brazil's going to have a good game every now and then, but you just got to see more from him. I think because of
can't rely on him. He's not a guy that you can rely on. He'll get when he's hot, feed him, but he's not a guy that I want to be relying on. He's just not. He's too up and down for me.
Yeah, I think you're right. I mean, he's just hit or miss sometimes, and it's great. It's great when he's hot. Like when he's going, it's like, man, we can beat anybody. But it's just to rely on that every night. I think you're right, Zach. One guy you can rely on, and he's proven it, is Acuff. But man, how many point guard? How many teams are great just because of their point guard? Like you got to have a lot of people. He gets people involved, but I feel like sometimes he's thinking, man, I got to do this myself.
And that's the thing that scares me is when does he wear down?
Yeah,
like you're asking him to do so much so early. At what point does he wear down, and who can help him? Tonight you'd think Thomas could help him. Thomas was no help tonight. Can they? Who's the guy that's going to step up when Acuff gets taken out? Teams are going to start doing this. They're going to start doubling him, getting the ball out of his hands. Who's the guy who can get to the basket if they're going to take Acuff away from you?
Yeah, and
and how hard do you have to work to get the ball into his hands?
I was expecting, Carter Knox to really take a step back, but like you said earlier, Zach, I don't think it's in there. I don't know if it's a mental thing or what, but there's something that keeps them from like wanting to be that takeover player. It's like they think in their head that they're role players, and they may be role players, but there's some times I think Carter Knox can be a lot more productive than what he is.
They defer way too often. They defer to Acuff now, and that's I said it right at the beginning. I mean, they've become so Acuff dependent.
Yeah.
For offense, that to me is scary because there's going to be a point where they're going to decide, we're going to guard Acuff, and the other 4, if they beat us, they beat us.
Yeah, and as good as Richmond is at getting into the rim, it's
he's an energy guy.
He has got, whenever he does get to the rim, he has got to score. I mean,
he's an energy guy. He's a guy that's going to play defense for you. He's going to grab a rebound, going to do something spectacular, and then you're going to have to pull him out. Because that energy just dissipates and he disappears.
But I've seen enough of this team this year. I do see a path where they could get hot and be a tough out in March. But we're not there yet, and we're going to have we're going to have other losses that make you scratch your head this year. But I just think overall the conference is going to be kind of middle pack, is what you said, and there's a lot of good teams across the country that, man, you don't want to be in their bracket when it comes out, like a Duke.
And there are teams that will look at Arkansas and go, we don't want to be in the side of the draw that they have.
Yeah.
Because Arkansas is going to be one of those matchup problems.
Right. And on the NFL subject, I think we are still in overtime. Denver. Oh. So Josh Allen threw a pick. Okay. So Denver's got the ball. That's not good for the Bills.
This has shades of that Broncos-Ravens game where Flacco threw a 90-yard touchdown pass. We're going to be here for a little bit. Y'all might as well just settle in.
Yeah, so for those watching that game, you're in for a treat. We do want to hear we have another segment left after this, but if you have any last-second thoughts about the game or anything, call us in. Give us, honor the great Eddie from Clarksville if you want to give your thoughts on him before we get out of here. But, yeah, some games still going on across the country. Arkansas obviously lost today, but they will resume on Tuesday at Bud Walton against Vanderbilt, Zach. And I know you're not a believer in Vanderbilt, and I'm certainly not going to pick them to come into Bud Walton and win, even though they have shown in the past that they can be a little
they were
tricky.
A fun story in November and December, but it's time for the adults to sort of take over.
Yeah, and Arkansas will get better as the season goes on. We're going to take another break. I believe our last segment is coming up, so one more opportunity for you to get in with us. It's Hog Reaction, brought to you by the Stadium Shop on Razorback, Sawyer Sunroom, and Rudy's Barbecue. Stay with us. It's Hog Reaction on ESPN Arkansas.
You're listening to Hog Reaction, presented by the Stadium Shop on Razorback in Fayetteville, Sawyer Sunrooms and more, and by Rudy's Country Store and Barbecue.
Winter has arrived, bringing frosty mornings, holiday travels, and unpredictable roads. That's why it's the perfect time to visit Southern Tire Mart. From top quality tires to expert service at competitive prices, we've got you covered. Visit our Fort Smith location at 9700 Highway 271 and let us prepare your vehicle for everything winter has in store. Southern Tire Mart is a proud dealer of Yokohama tires. We keep America rolling.
What a matchup we've got, folks. Just nonstop action. The energy is electric and the fans are all in. An intense game like this calls for a Coca-Cola. Crisp and refreshing. That's a game changer. Yeah, that taste scores every time. And just like that, they're back at it. Passionate fans and an ice-cold Coca-Cola. Now that's a winning combo. No matter the team, no matter the sport, everyone knows fan work is thirsty work. Enjoy a Coca-Cola.
10 years ago, True Grit Running Company opened its doors with one simple goal: to help people move better, feel stronger, and find their stride. Today, we're celebrating 10 years of True Grit. Join us all year long for anniversary events, group runs, limited edition gear, and plenty of surprises as we kick off 2026. Whether you're chasing a finish line or just starting your journey, thank you for being part of our story. True Grit Running Company, 10 years strong, built by runners.
Since 1967, one name has defined performance in the River Valley. Wheeler Power Sports, the 9th oldest Kawasaki dealer in the country. Right now, the future has arrived. Come witness the 250 horsepower Kawasaki Terex Supercharged H2. It's a game changer. With over 300 vehicles in stock, we've got your Ninjas, your Gixxers, and the full Polaris lineup. From Razors to the Ranger XD 1500. Financing is available with approved credit. We also buy used bikes. Text or swing by for a quote today. Wheeler Power Sports in historic downtown Fort Smith. Keeping the good times rolling since 1967.
Hello, this is Sebastian County Assessor Zach Johnson here to remind you to assess your personal property by May 31st to avoid late penalty. You can do this in person at one of our 3 locations, over the phone, or online by going to www.countyservice.net. I would also like to remind any current homeowners or any individuals buying their homes on contract to contact our office and check on your eligibility for the homestead tax credit. Contact us today to see if you qualify. The homestead tax credit could save you up to $600 off your tax bill.
This ad sponsored by the Sebastian County Assessor and paid for by Amendment 79.
Valley Family Dental at the entrance to Riley Farms provides every type of dental care and procedure for you and your family. General dentistry, braces, implants, same-day crowns, and cosmetics. Dr. Sparkman, Farmer, and now Dr. Blaine Van Nice work to give all of their patients a better life with a better smile. Valley Family Dental, 5901 Riley Park Drive, Suite A at the entrance to Riley Farms. Let them know you heard this on ESPN Radio and receive $300 off a snore guard. Valley Family Dental, 479-226-3500 for an appointment or visit valleyfamilydentalpractice.com.
The Solid Rock has been locally owned for over 46 years. When was the last time you were there? So much more than a bookstore. They have Christian t-shirts, church supplies, Bible studies, devotionals, home decor, gifts, and of course, a large selection of Bibles. And Bibles are engraved free of charge while you wait. Now, you can get custom laser engraving on select gift items and some Bibles. Located next to Sam's Club on South 74th, The Solid Rock is your source for faith-based books, music, clothing, and more. The Solid Rock, 452-4844.
Colorworks Paint and Body in Barling offers professional automotive painting, bodywork, and fabrication that is unsurpassed in talent and dedication. Owner Andy Harrod uses the latest in collision repair technology to ensure all damage is addressed, whether it's visible or hidden, and works with all insurance companies. Andy and his crew have the experience and commitment to give you complete trust in the repair of your vehicle, no matter the size of the job. Colorworks is located at 1206 4th Street in Barling, across from Dollar General, and is on Facebook, where you can check out their work.
Hogs are sweet. I mean, sweet. The SEC.
You're listening to Hog Reaction, presented by the Stadium Shop on Razorback in Fayetteville.
I'm ready to go to the Final Four.
All the Hog Reaction is brought to you by Sawyer Sunrooms and more.
I've been putting my money on them.
Hog Reaction postgame show is fueled by Rudy's Country Store and Barbecue, real Texas barbecue. Call or text the program at 877-377-6963.
It's Fugazi. Fugazi.
This is Hog Reaction.
Final segment on Hog Reaction. Zach Arndt, Christian Johnston. Arkansas loses tonight 90-76 in a game that, frankly, they dug themselves a huge hole and just simply couldn't get out of it. Tied the game twice in the second half, made a valiant comeback. Actually, I just looked at it, wound up getting outscored in the second half, which is kind of crazy to think about. But Arkansas was down 13 at halftime, wound up losing the game, dropped to 3-2 in league play. We've got a busy week on the family of ESPN Arkansas stations. We've got, let's see here, we've got all our shows Monday. We'll react to all of the games over the weekend. We've got the national championship on Monday, Cal's on the radio Monday, Arkansas Vanderbilt on Tuesday, and then we and I know this sounds nuts, but we're like, Christian, I think 3 weeks away from baseball starting.
Yeah, definitely excited about that, Zach. I know there's a lot of games. It's, to me, the baseball season starts when SEC play starts, but I know everybody gets excited when, the first game gets here.
Yeah, well, they play that thing down in Arlington, and that's pretty cool.
Oh, that's true. That's true.
You get a couple of marquee teams. I'm not getting excited about, Arkansas playing UAPB, but, let me know when LSU's in town, and you've got my attention. I've never been to a game at Baum.
You've never been?
Never been to a game at Baum. I went to a state championship baseball game with Connor Noland and Greenwood. His senior year, but I've never been to an Arkansas game.
I would advise you go at least once, and then, if you never want to go back, that's...
I struggle with metal bats. Ruska makes fun of me for that, but I struggle with metal bats and bad pitching. And that's, I'm a major league guy. I've always been a major league snob, so I'm not afraid to say that. So we'll, I'm sure that will come up this week among other things. So, buddy, I love doing these things with you. You pointed out that you haven't done a Hog Reaction that was a win in a while. We're gonna have to get you one of those.
Didn't we get Bregman from the Red Sox?
You did. Okay. Yeah. The Red Sox are slowly killing me.
We lost Kyle Tucker, we got Bregman, so I guess that's
Bregman's fine. We traded Rafael Devers to get Alex Bregman and then let him go. But I'm not bitter about that.
Yeah.
So, well, we will. You and I think we do this again in a couple of weeks, and we'll try to get you a win on that night.
I've been the kryptonite, the Hogs kryptonite.
Yeah, we're gonna blame you. Ties off the hook for 2026 so far. So it's a Christian thing. It's Christian behind enemy lines. Well,
yeah.
We will talk about all of that stuff coming up on Monday. Christian, it's been a ball as usual. You want to sign off, or you want me to do this? I'm not. This isn't my forte, but this has been Hog Reaction on ESPN Arkansas.